The Indiana Pacers, they're off to a great start, 11-7, fourth in the Eastern Conference. And fun stat, 95% of teams that have won their first 12 games in the first 20 have made the playoffs.
You made awesome. He made that statement a couple of weeks ago when talking about the Wizards as one of the few teams that did not.
Yeah. They were one of the few teams that did not.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
95%?
Yes.
It was at a 5.
Yeah, that's
so
the
Jazz, the Jazz, the Pacers should make the playoffs.
No, not the Wizards. That was last year. The Pacers and the Jazz.
No, I'm talking about like this year.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking hilarious if all three collapse.
Were the Cavaliers a part of that also? Or did they not win enough games to start the year?
The Cavaliers right now?
Last season.
Last season, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I could be wrong, though.
Okay.
We just seen Tyrese win Eastern Conference Player of the Week along with De'Aaron Fox in the Western Conference. What do you think about Indiana? Is this just a hot start because they've had an easier schedule than usual, or do you think that they are going to be a playoff team, and what is this team's trajectory if they are, in fact, are one?
Well, regardless of if it's a hot streak or not, you got to give credit to the fact that they're playing at a high level. Tyrese Haliburton. I think we all came to we all understood the ability Tyrese had as a playmaker, as an offensive creator for his team, averaging a double-double. Mathurin, I think, was the one that popped off, especially coming off the bench. You don't think
he couldn't win Rookie of the Year in 6 minutes.
Yeah, you don't think a rookie coming off the bench can do this. Like this is nobody's seen this.
You gonna mention Miles?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Miles has been good. Buddy Hield has been good.
Career highs in almost every category.
And he's still on the trade block, which is insane. But
bring him to LA.
Indiana's been really good. I don't know. I can't definitively say they'll be a playoff team. That's such a tough thing. And I can't definitively say this will last. Even that, it's still maybe, yes, maybe.
Playing, I can see in the East.
Playing, I can see them getting in, but there's a lot of tough teams right now. But I think right now, if they continue to play on this high level, they're a top 10 offensive team. They're not good defensively. I think right now they got to get that going, but I just don't think they have the pieces defensively to really be on that end. But I think Mathurin eventually he'll start, and even if he doesn't, he's been amazing. Haliburton has upped his game. He's finally getting that ability. And I think Indiana, you have to really just give them credit. You were a year, 2 years early.
No, I was a year because it was last year.
It was last year. Bro, you were a year early.
Actually, I was thinking about
believed in the wrong point guard. You believed in Brogdon.
I was thinking about this while I was at the hospital today, and it really is crazy how both my agendas last season, if they were this year, I'm looking like a savant. It really is upsetting. But you alluded to it already, Tyrese. We're talking about one of the only players. Right now, he's on track to be the only player in NBA history to average 20-10 and shoot over 40% from three. He's been amazing. You mentioned Mathurin. I want to highlight Miles Turner because I feel like he's been slighted over these last couple of years due to injury, understandably so. But career high in points, career high in rebounds per game. He leads the NBA in blocks. He's always been amazing at shot blocking. 45% from three. That's what we've known from Miles Turner, that he is a great stretch five. Shooting 55% from the field. That's also career high. Shooting a career high from the free throw line. The Pacers are playing very good basketball. You alluded to it a little bit. Have they had an easy schedule? Sort of, kind of, but they do have some big wins against the Pelicans, the Heat. Whether you think that they're a solid basketball team or not, that's still a very good win. You beat the Raptors. That's another good win. But when they went on their streak, it's against teams that are so-so. They did just beat the Nets the other night. That was a good win as well. But Haliburton, I don't know if we're getting to this topic, but this is where I have a bulk of my notes. We asked the question, is Haliburton a top 10 point guard? It's gotten to the point where I'm more comfortable with him being closer to 5 than being to 10. And now I have the list of guys. You tell me if I'm wrong. You have Curry, Luka, Ja, Trey, Dame. That's stamped. I think those are the 5. This is where we can have some discussion. Haliburton, De'Aaron Fox, Garland, it's James Harden. We have to include him in this conversation. I understand that James Harden primarily is regarded as a shooting guard, but he's more transitioned to a point guard. Drew Holiday, LaMelo at the bottom tier. If I missed a name, you let me know, but that's just what I have written down. Haliburton is closer to...
Did you say Trae Young?
Yes, I have Trey in the top 5. It's Curry, Luka, Ja, Trey, Dame. That's 5. Haliburton, De'Aaron, Garland, Harden.
Say Ja.
About Shea.
God, I'm blanking.
If Shea is a point guard, yes, I'm fine with that. But I've always associated him with as the
he's
2.
He's a tweener, but
correct.
He's a point guard.
He's the one. He's the one for OKC.
All right, then you have to throw Shea in this conversation. Absolutely, 100%. And I would say yes, I would take Shea over Tyrese. But I
think him and Melo are a conversation.
Who?
LaMelo, Hallie and LaMelo.
I'm with you.
I think you can even.
Is De'Aaron Fox in this conversation for you? I know that you've been
now. Yes,
he has to be, which is why he's on this list. Is Haliburton closer to 5 than he is to 10? I'm saying yes.
So what do you have in mind now? 7?
Right. If you're putting Shea as a as a point
top
guard.
6, top 5, maybe.
Shea has to be because the 5 already, like I said already, Curry, Luka, Ja Morant, Trae Young, Damian Lillard. That's the 5.
There's a brand new fantasy app. It's called Boom Fantasy. You got over-unders, player props. You got matchups. This player versus that player. That's personally my favorite. And long shots. You can win 40 times your money. And if I'm not mistaken, Joel, NBA is coming soon.
Yes, sir. NBA will be in the app in the next 10 days or so. I believe opening night is October 19th, so we'll have stuff up a few days beforehand. That's going to be fun because we have it every night. You don't have to wait till Monday, Thursday.
Did you get your code? For the League Pass?
I did get my code for the League Pass.
I got my code too.
Yep, that's amazing.
That's from 2K, right?
Yes.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's fire.
So if you guys haven't already, download the Boom Fantasy app right now. Link is in our description or in the caption wherever you're watching. I actually do have Tyrese Haliburton closer to 10 than I do 5. And before I get to that, I will talk about the Pacers real quick. You guys mentioned, I just think right now what we're seeing with them is they are benefiting from an easy schedule, but we see how much of an impact having a lead guard who can facilitate at the level Tyrese can impacts your team. And in the offseason, Tyrese totally rewired how he played the game. He was more so before this season a playmaker, pass first. So this offseason, the main focus for him was getting into situations and reacting more as a scorer than as a playmaker, because there would be times where he would drive to the lane and he has an open lane to get a layup, but he would make the pass instead of being aggressive. This year, he's been more aggressive in those situations, and that's something that he emphasized with his trainer in the offseason. And I just think we're seeing it with the Jazz and with the Pacers, that when you have a 5-out system, even if you don't have the most talented players, you can get great offensive results. You have the Pacers with Tyrese, Andrew Nembhard who can shoot, Buddy Hield who can shoot, Miles Turner who can shoot, Jalen Smith who can shoot. When you stretch out the floor and you open the entire floor up, it just makes it so much easier to play offense. And the Indiana Pacers have a lot of players who can shoot the ball at a consistent rate. I don't think Miles Turner continues to shoot 40+% from 3.
It's a crazy number.
Yeah.
That's going to come back down to earth.
Let's see the attempts.
We'll see what happens with Mathurin. I do love Matherin's game a lot. When talking about Tyrese being a top 10 point guard, though, I made my point guard list a little bit different because I think, for one, the guard position in the NBA, you can get the better of one another on any given night. We've seen De'Aaron Fox get the better of Ja Morant the other night when they faced Memphis. It's just such a stacked position that I think these players are really close.
Absolutely.
So I made my list off of this season who I think have been the best point guards this year. Number 1 has been Steph.
Absolutely.
3rd in PR. He's leading the best starting lineup in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Number 2 is Luka, 34, 9, and 8. You can't argue with that.
Nope.
Number 3 is Ja.
Correct.
And Ja and SGA were close, 3 and 4 for me. But if you look at the per 36 numbers, Ja is better than SGA. It's just SGA plays more minutes. But SGA, 31, 5, and 6 on excellent efficiency.
You don't even have to explain
He's a locked-in top 5 point guard. Now my list gets a little bit sporadic. This season,
De'Aaron, you have him as top 5.
De'Aaron Fox has been the 5th best point guard in the NBA.
Better than
He's
Dame?
been better than Dame this year.
Come on,
25,
dude.
5, and 6. He's shooting 75% at the rim, which is better than any guard in the NBA. He has 49 clutch points this season, the most in the NBA. And in clutch time, when you need a bucket, when you need a guy to elevate their play, Fox shoots 64% from the field and 57% from the three-point line.
Just quick. Did you say Trae Young? No, Trae Young's name yet?
No, he hasn't.
Trae Young is number 6 for me. I think Fox has been better than Trae Young this season.
Is De'Aaron Fox better than Trae Young?
He's not a better player.
Is
no,
De'Aaron Fox better than Tyrese Haliburton?
He is better than Tyrese Haliburton.
That's like, but wait. So De'Aaron Fox is not a better player than Trae. He's just been playing better.
He's been playing better.
But he's better than Haliburton.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox is the better player all around.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought you were saying Fox was better than Trae. Okay,
yeah.
we're good.
I think right now De'Aaron Fox is hitting his prime. He's hitting his stride.
Do you think?
He's finally in a system that fits his style of play.
I love De'Aaron Fox.
So De'Aaron Fox has been the 5th best point guard in the league to me this season. Number 6 is Trae Young. His efficiency is just down. Once he gets that efficiency up, I have no problem putting him top 5, probably top 4. Darius Garland has been 7, 24, 2, and 8, shooting 42% from 3, and he's doing this while sharing ball handling responsibilities with Donovan Mitchell. So that tells me if he's a lead guard for the entire game, he could be putting up better numbers. Number 8 is Tyrese, only guard to average a double-double this season. Number 9 is Dame. I dropped Dame because of the injury that he had.
Fair.
And then number 10 for me is Kyrie Irving, 25, 4, and 4.
Is he a point guard?
He is a point guard.
Yeah, he is.
I struggle with that one, but I understand where you're coming from.
I do too. Just like I struggle.
Real quick, talk about the Pacers because I feel like all of you guys kind of said the same thing. They're playing well, but it's also a very light schedule. coming into this year, did any of us not have them as a bottom 3 seed in the East?
We had them to be fun.
We had them to be fun, but none of us even thought they were a possibility to be a playing team. So we could say that they had a light schedule, but if we would have, before the season, looked at all of their teams they played, they still, I know, but we still would have looked at it and said, oh, all of these teams are better than the Pacers. All of these teams have more talent, or, we think are going to be better than them. But I think the most exciting thing, if you are a Pacers fan, is you're winning, but your 2 best players are the 2 core foundational pieces with Bennedict Mathurin and Tyrese. This is why you're winning. You're not winning because Buddy Hield is averaging 27 and Miles Turner is going crazy.
That's a part.
Buddy Hield, no, for sure. Both of them are key parts to why they are winning. But the 2 reasons why this team has taken a step up from last year is Tyrese, who they got, halfway through the season last year, and Bennedict Mathurin, who is a top 6 pick coming off the bench now and playing par to par with Paolo, who is the number 1 overall pick. So we could say how the Pacers have had this easy schedule, but none of us at this table were expecting them to be anything close to 11-7 to a month and a half.
The teams that they've beaten,
they beat the Nets.
They beat the Pistons. I could have seen them being better than the Pistons. They beat the Wizards. I mean, before the season, the Wizards were better,
for sure.
They beat the Nets while the
Which
Nets were in the turmoil.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
Beat the Nets last night.
They beat the Nets last night.
These were good wins. They beat the Heat. They beat the Pelicans.
The Nets a few times.
Raptors.
They beat the Raptors.
These are great
wins. This is without Pascal Siakam, though.
True.
And then they beat the Hornets. They beat the Rockets. They beat the Magic twice.
Hey, we sound like
and then they just beat the Nets.
Even still, though, they're beating teams that coming into the season, that was a toss-up at best.
That was my whole thing, too. I said that. I said, yes, there's some easy wins, but at the same time, there's impressive wins on this win streak.
OG, talk to us, man.
Winning season so far.
Hey, man, you guys just said it all. I look at the Indiana Pacers team, and I thought that they were a play-in team. When I say a play-in team, the 10th team at best, more than anything. I didn't think that they were going to be as good as they are. Well, when I think about Haliburton and what he's brought to that unit, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not surprising, but I'm not going to say it's not warranted neither, because, I mean, as a rookie, I mean, he played 58 games. Of those 58 games that he played, he had 18 games where he had 7 assists or more. So it was obvious that it was there, that he could distribute the basketball, right? And he was improving every year. He went from 5 to 7 to 9 to now leading the league in assists. I think that Mathurin has been the difference. I did not think Mathurin was going to be as good as he is. He's been the difference. He's been one of the better transition players in the game. He's a better one-on-one player than I thought he was going to be, and a better finisher. Add that to the fact that Miles Turner, who defensively, I expected he's doing what I expected him to do.
Correct.
I just didn't expect this team to rally around him like they've been doing.